My name is Bill Carpenter. I'm a speaker, author, and entrepreneur, and I'm excited to be here at Ignite. And I know you are. You're sitting on the floor. And I was going to wait and go later, but I saw everybody drinking, and I thought I should at least say what I've got to say before you're totally inebriated. I wasn't ready to start.
Oh, you
Go, no, I was just my introduction.
All right, let me start over.
I was told I had time for an introduction.
So I lied. All right, there you go.
I do want to talk to you about thriving in recession. I think these are times when business owners, especially small business owners, entrepreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs start to panic. There really is no reason to panic. I think economic downturns are just an opportunity for us to find areas where our business needs to grow. It was 1923, a 13-month-long recession. After 3 failures, only $750 in his pocket, Walt Disney decided to launch Walt Disney. And today it's the world's most renowned entertainment empire. 2 men, a single restaurant, a hamburger that we're all familiar with, the Whopper, created the king of hamburgers. It's 1953, post-war inflation, over $56 billion lost in the U.S. economy in only 6 months. 1957 to 58 headlines were a little bit grim. 2 million increase in unemployment in only 6 months. Steel production down by nearly 50%. Motor vehicle production down by a third. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Could have been out of yesterday's newspaper. The recession led to the inspiration of Mr. Pritzker decided to launch or to purchase his first Hyatt hotel in Los Angeles, California. Here are 3 things I learned looking at these men and that you can learn from. 1, diversify what you do in your business. Can you expand on your products? McDonald's is a really good example of this. How many have had that gourmet coffee? I passed it up. I went to Starbucks this afternoon. But they knew that if you couldn't afford to put gas in your tank, they could probably sell you on a cup of gourmet coffee for just a little less than what you're used to spending at Starbucks. Diversify your products. Is there something new you can add to your product line? Market 24/7. Second tip, I'm going to share 3.5. Market 24/7. That simply means market 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The easiest way to do this is the internet. If you don't have a website, get one. And if you have a website, make sure it's collecting contact information for you. Make sure that you have value-added content that people visiting your website will want to keep coming back and use the internet. Market through your customers. We call it Customer M24/7. There are several ways you can do this. Create customer incentives. In other words, incent your customers by offering them something for talking about your business. Brand your products. Nothing better than customers wearing t-shirts telling their friends where they shop, what they buy, who they do business with. So put your customers to work marketing for you. Be people-centered is my 3rd principle. Recognize your repeat customers. Remember people's names, details about people. Pay attention to individuals. Look people in the eye. Look your customers in the eye and teach your employees to do exactly the same thing. By the way, I've only got 16 slides, so sit tight. Be people-centered. It's also important that you're people-centered with your employees. Make sure that you have a support program, that you have a training program in place for your employees. They need to be hearing at least annually training on communication skills because we're not naturally excellent communicators. I recommend to my clients that they do annually some kind of communication skills training for all of their staff so that your employees are on the cutting edge and they can communicate when they're dealing with those difficult and demanding customers who are screaming mad because your product didn't work or because your product didn't do exactly what they expected it to do. They need to be masters at communication. It's also very important that your employees feel that they are rewarded for what they do. Reward 110 over 100%. And in economic downturns, when we're looking for ways to cut corners and cut some spending, we start looking at cutting incentives for our employees. If you're going to cut the incentives that are what I call bulk incentives. In other words, employees are being rewarded that didn't earn it. And make sure the employees that are giving you 110% are getting recognition and they're being rewarded. Be people-centered. What was my 3rd principle? Pull this slide up. Principle point 5. I threw this one in at the last minute. Do more of what you already know. During recession is not the time to cut your marketing dollars. It's not the time to cut your training dollars. It's not the time to change everything about your business. Identify what produces results for you. If you are effective today, you're effective because of X. X equals results. Find out what X is and do more of X than you've ever done. Recession is an opportunity for your business to identify what you do really well, what you can improve on, and take the steps necessary to improve and continue doing what you've always done. I'd love to help you do that. You can check me out at charlesspeaks.com. Have a fantastic night.
All right, thanks, Bill.
And a few more beers.
One more beer.